Hello, Stinkface, how are you doing? He's stinky. This may go down as one of the greatest snapshots of all time. I know I say that quite liberally sometimes, and I didn't even stream the snapshot that much today. I just talked to Merle. Who is Phoenix SC?
Phoenix SC is a well-known content creator and YouTuber recognized for his Minecraft gameplay and tutorials. He often creates educational content and showcases various aspects of the game.
But after testing the snapshot after stream, I have discovered that this is one of the most useful snapshots you'll ever see. Now, it isn't because I get to figure out that this villager's name is actually Stinkface, and I've got another one here that's called Farmouth, or almost Fartmouth, just missing a T. But it's rather because I can now enable debug features that used to be hidden in Minecraft. In this snapshot allows me to do all of that. I've enabled several of them. You can see them, and I'll talk about them in a moment. To not waste too much time, I'm just going to go over some of the other changes that I may or may not visualize in game for you. Copper golems can now open doors. I've already demonstrated that in the Bedrock Edition version of the game. Lighting is now reflected from the proper angle for a lot of elements in the game. There are flight changes for game mode switching. Client authentication changes for the server management protocol that was released 2 weeks ago. There is now the game rule spawner blocks enabled, which allows you to toggle whether spawners will actually spawn mobs. And in the same vein, command blocks enabled is now the actual game rule for enabling command blocks. It used to be called enable command blocks. It's now called command blocks enabled. Mob spawning equipment logic now includes copper as a possibility for spawning. When toggling music and sounds outside of a world, you can now hear the examples for when you toggle the slider volume. And lastly, you've got resource packs where you can now search the resource pack you want. So if I wanted to search for Mindcrack, you can see Mindcrack is right here. And that is basically it. Now, the reason this is the greatest snapshot of all time is because this snapshot basically allows you to see into the future. And I don't get to say that very often. You can see Stinkface on my right-hand side here. What you're seeing right now are the collision boxes for the blocks around me. Mojang have now allowed you to display debug information that is usually inaccessible to the public. Now, what I've got here is Farmouth, which is a villager, and I've got another one here, Stinkface. If I look all the way up here, you can see plenty of hidden information that is within the code. This is not your usual data get information, although it does include a lot of that. So let me just tick freeze here for a second. So we've got Stinkface, which is the variable name for this villager. We've got the health information. Okay, so now that we know that this guy's called Far Root, you can see from here, visible villager babies includes Far Root. Nearest player is me. You've got POIs and meeting points, all the stuff that you would normally recognize or associate with villagers. So this is the internal mob brain that you can now visualize through debug information. So obviously when you enable the collision box information, the fence does not stop here. It stops a little bit higher because fences are 1.5 blocks high. Another thing I enabled is water logic. You can see I've got 87654. With this, you can view the water block state, which is the level of water. Although this isn't really new information because if you press F3, the water level is visible from the debug screen anyway. But there's a lot of stuff you can enable, which I'll show you in a second. So I have enabled pathfinding as part of the debug as well. This allows for quick debugging access. What I mean by this is this. I'm going to unleash this sheep and you can now see where exactly the sheep is looking. Now, obviously, since the sheep is on a leash, the sheep is walking directly towards me. The green block is where it's pathfinding to. It's finding the most optimal path. Let's just go over here. You can see the sheep is continuing the staircase up as I staircase up. And as I fly all the way down, you can see the sheep just isn't going to jump off the cliff here. It's going to pathfind down until it finds a safe spot to navigate to. So this internal logic is just so cool to visualize, and now that it's possible to see it, you can really pick out the brains of each mob here. So this villager here, Farmouth, is obviously stuck and he can't get out of this house because of the trapdoors. So every several seconds, the game is going to try to get him to walk out of the house, but he cannot because of the trapdoor. So he simply paths back to his work block. So I'm going to break this trapdoor here and he's going to walk out of the house. Well, that's kind of you can get around it, you know? He knows there's a possibility of going around here, but he does not. There we go. Come on. Hey, he's out of the house now. Wait, we'll give him a bed and we will set the time to night. Are you kidding me? He really is going to walk all the way over into this house. He's going to. He must have, no, he's not slept in this bed before, but he's going to. So this is what I mean by just how powerful this information is. I was able to identify that he wasn't going to sleep in that bed, even though it was right next to him. He's going to trail all the way to this house, into this bed, to sleep in this one. Let's get a zombie, spawn him here. And now this villager runs away. Go away, get away. You're joking. He went back in. So the villager is now calculating every possible block that he can go to. He can deviate from this path if he has to, but he's going to constantly leave this vicinity. The zombie's still going to go towards this villager. There he is. All right, now that the zombie is dead, he's going to go back to his task block. This really does allow you to learn the more intricate steps mobs take to move from one place to the other. So the zombie is going to walk in here, right? Or is he not? Is he going to go over there? He's taking a long time. Okay. Yeah, okay. So they really want to go for that villager. He knows he's gonna die, but he's still gonna do it. Once golem. Ah, that's cool. They need protection. This must be an indication that they're looking to spawn an iron golem. These two don't have it. There's just so much hidden info here. So I played around with some of the arguments. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. So this is the Minecraft launcher. This is the latest snapshot. What I'm gonna do is go into edit, more options, and then you can have your JVM arguments that you can modify. The first thing you need to do is actually enable the debug information to be shown. And then after that, with a space in between, you can add any of the features that you want. But I will include a list of them in the video description that you might want to visualize yourself. There are some that can really change the behavior of the game, but some of them can corrupt your world, so I will warn you that this is very much a modding feature. I'm going to get rid of the brain one because I know that some mobs do not interact with that one very well. So I'm going to save this, play, and now what I'm going to do is spawn a copper golem. And you can see exactly what the copper golem is thinking the moment I spawn him. I'm going to disable that chest. He's going to go right to this one. If I disable this one, he goes to this one. And you can see he goes to the closest copper chest available to him. This is not fair. With this wall in place, you'll see that he still goes to the same chest on the same line as the golem, even though this chest would have been quicker for the golem to get to. Anyway, this is all information that is so handy and so valuable to players. So I encourage you guys, if you're interested, try this out. You'll just have to modify some JVM arguments on launch, but this debug information may end up being so integral to your projects. And I'm so glad it's now available to us. So Phoenix, what happens if you add every single one of these debug features on launch? Well, here we go. If you guys want to know...
Press enter to enable the narrator.
Why is my... Oh, wait, that's my mouse coordinate. It's my mouse cursor coordinate. Welcome to Minecraft. Would you like to enable the narrator or visit the accessibility settings? Continue. I want to play. All the elements appear to be highlighted. Options. Okay, so let's go into a world. Debug recreate. What? I'm actually shocked that the game is still running. Oh, wait, it's not. Oh, is this the height map? So these are the UI rectangles. I think this is the height map. All right, I really got to kill off all these entities. I cannot. This is so laggy. Minecraft meeting. Free tickets 32. 32? Why 32? It's just 32. Ah, it's entity consumption. So there's a villager that's occupied this bed, so I guess that's why it's 0. There's so much more that I want to discover here, but I do have a sense that the more that I do, the more that I enable, the laggier this world is going to get, and it's probably going to crash everything, because I've seen a lot of footage of people running to that problem. It almost looks like I'm playing a completely different game. Why is my screen blue? Is it because my screen is also a UI and it's highlighting everything as blue as well? I'm also blue.